communication. You gather yourself during when they chop together. Communication are when two or more people meet. So when they chop together, you send out the same message and whatever. Exactly all of those. So every form of communication is rural communication. Even women jangi groups. It is communication. We have to invade women jangi groups. We have to invade men's gatherings. We have to also send our message during fields, during community gathering like festival and Gonsort festival. We get to discuss about them. When boy they don't go for play for fee for Saturday, now the only time when the fish don't discuss about themselves, we get to discuss. We get to make sure so that boy they play football, they should don't talk about them. Okay, as you don't play football now, so one go chop. This thing will happen now for Cameroon will do now how the person that saw the message the day will go spread the message exactly. So exactly we'll identify all gatherings, all. If you know some group of football for your village, identify that captain will you see. If you know some group for women, the way that they meet up, identify that women them will you see. If you know some group for this egg, identify all that key focal points. We need them. That is it. We need them or we'll work with you. If you don't trust us, we work with you so that we relay the information to you. You don't distort the information, but you pass it directly to that focal point. We work where I'm ready to work with you. I'm ready. Me, I don't care whether my grades them be for because me I did for school for year. If I don't care whether my grades they be good. Yesterday I look my grade them. I pass fine self. Thank God. Thank God say I pass fine. Only 2 A's and 2 B plus. So thank God I pass fine. But even though I begin to get 4 A's, as I don't always get 4 A's, but I'm not sacrificing me the people. I will sacrifice me the people of my country. Live in peace. Let us have freedom and complete freedom. So because I will not be free even if I get the best degrees from the best schools in the United States, I will never be free until you are free. So I don't care. Might take some other questions. Is there a plan B to this plan? What of the chiefs? What if the chiefs are not convinced? The chief, we don't care about the chiefs anymore. We don't care. That's what I'm saying. Please just rewind the video and then you go to the start. Maybe people are joining me now. So after this video, just play it again over. You would get that message from that question. That question by Genevieve. All right, Vincent Tangwe. If our kids are not writing the GCE, then we need to stop GCE board now. How can we handle this? Of course, believe me, that particular ghost town. Excuse me. That particular ghost town on Monday will effectively handle anything concerning GCE. It is just a matter of counseling that thing. The GC is already the defunct thing. In fact, forget about GC this year. You know if it even happen. Do something by taking a corrective measure to win the vote of the people again. Some of us are angry with regards to the communications passed by you during the last strike. Is that your own fight, Henry Obale? I think we have gone past that. Some of you are angry, but other people are happy. So it depends on where you are sitting. If you are sitting, wherever you are sitting would depend whether you see it as a win or lose. If you are thinking that January 2 was a day for independence, sorry, you failed. It was not a day for independence, and you cannot get independence by marching on the streets. So sorry about that, Henry Bale. All right. For Nuenwer, the person who asked for the number of the numbers of this is one of those principals who wants to spoil the strike. His number is this. All right. I think that's a contribution. All right. Keep the names of the blacklegs. Excuse me. Divine Z says, keep the names of the blacklegs. We will deal with them as time goes on. All right. Good. Brilliant. Please, why don't you work with the consortium? I'm just a citizen. It's the consortium that decides. And when they say a consortium, of course I'm working with the consortium because everything Dr. Agbobala does, he first of all sends them to me, I think Mark as well, that we should share out. So I think we received the first-hand information. So of course we are working with them. But we are not part of the consortium. The consortium means a group of people representing their organizations. What organization am I representing? I don't have an organization. I'm not a teacher. I was not elected by somebody to represent the consortium. So that's the consortium. The consortium is only a group of people, of persons representing organizations, legally established organizations. Dr. Abobala is representing an organization probably in the Southwest, Association of Lawyers, whatever. Tasang is representing Association of Teachers. This is representing this. Even politicians will be representing maybe a political coalition that they have formed. SCNC, for example, may want to elect somebody to sit in the consortium. So Tapang should be sitting in the consortium as who? Tell me, as who? As who? That I don't know if people understand this. As who? I'm just a whatever. If Bala send me message because sometimes I get thousands of followers, I just simply share the message. So that is it. Maybe the consortium may want to set up a communications department. Then that is fine. So that we know that, okay, the consortium has a communications unit that will communicate effectively their messages. Then maybe I could come in. Or maybe Barama could come in. Or maybe you could go in. So that would be excellent. But I am not in the consortium. But even though I am not in the consortium, I have my rights to exercise my civic responsibility. Because this strike also affects me. So I have to talk about it and put out my own strategies freely. You get it? Freely. I'm not bounded by anybody. I'm not bounded by the consortium. You too, you're not bounded by the consortium. As somebody has said, I'm a free thinker, of course. Read the meaning of a free thinker. Somebody who develops his own ideas independently, using empirical evidence to substantiate his claims. And he always critiques. He doesn't look at normal religious and political norms as his norms. No, he's against those. He develops his own ideas, contrary ideas, independently. That means I'm not bounded by somebody. That's a free thinker. Just Google the meaning of a free thinker and look at it. So if you want to come and say, oh, I will work with the consortium, I might work with the consortium. No, I support the consortium. I've been the number one person always saying, even when everything was falling, even when the consortium turned its back on me, on that January 2, at the dying minute, I still said, please support the consortium. But I went contrary because I am a free thinker. I'm a free thinker. I do my own things independently. I'm not working for the consortium. So I still said, please follow the consortium. They are the leaders. But this is where I still stand. That was damage control. All right. And maybe some people feel like I'm a free thinker only for this strike. Since the day I created my Facebook page, I've always written that everybody can testify. I'm a free thinker. I've always said that because my ideas, I'm not a politician. I've never voted in Cameroon. I've never even dreamt to join politics. And I'll never join politics. But I'm a free thinker. Simple. A citizen who freely expresses his ideas independently. So that means if you want to arrest me, come and arrest me. Don't come and arrest somebody because the person is attached to me. No. Arrest me because now me, I be develop my idea independently. If you want to go arrest some person, I need to work with some person. I work for myself. The day I will start working for somebody, that is the day that I will start constraining my ideas. I'll start I'll say, no, my ideas are bounded by the consortium or bounded by this group or bounded by this political party. But for now, I'm not into party politics and I'll not be. I'm not even interested in politics. I'm not even interested in even being something. I'm just myself and I'm as good as a citizen. Full stop. It ends there. Please, Ivo, we should always include the Anglophone military in the discussion. Be it online or whatever. Yes, the Anglophone military is true. I've been looking at that, but honestly, believe me, the Anglophone military security agents, they all support this strike. And secondly, this was an information that was sent to me yesterday. They said all those top officials now have smartphones. That means young Philemon and the rest, that they have taught them how to use smartphones. That means it is don't just program their phones as you just touch the button, so you open Tapang Ivo page, you read all things. They read exactly. I'm sure right now they're watching me. They watch me as if you watch me from gangster regime, you're big hit. They watch me right now. I'm telling you. And exactly, they have been trained on how to monitor us. They are monitoring every action. So that was what a security official told me who works with the security service. Of course, I don't release his names. Can't cut my neck. I don't release any name. So that is what they told me. They have been trained. Young Philemon, everywhere he goes, even in Kumbo, they have money. They have internet. They even have the highest speed internet. They watch us as we talk right now. So you should know that this is a strike action that needs propaganda. So young Philemon, if you're listening to me, you mean like early man, you're head fever early man you own. Man, tell you, of course, because you watch me, and I will not destroy this country, and I don't care. When I call it extremists, so the extremists don't go to school, as somebody wrote, and extremists use all kinds of words. So you're big head. All right. Ivo, please, we should always include Anglophones in our military. I have answered that question. Thank you very much, King Debert, who writes that. Let me answer another question. Franklin Banzifon says, I read your communique on Facebook where you told us that you called the black leg of Atanganji and he accepted to you that he is in support of the resumption of January 9. I don't get it. Yeah, of course, but Atanganji is in support, but I called most of the people on that list. I think there were about 25 names or whatever. I called about 17. I have the recorded conversations. I'm thinking of releasing the conversations, but I'm also thinking of not doing it. But believe me, If you want a conversation, I think I will share them even with my best friend Baramak. So this, I called them and they said they don't recognize that list, that they don't recognize it, that their names were simply copied and pasted. That means they copied their name, paste them for inside. Say na so they ever do them for CPTM Central Committee Communications Desk. When they don't write something, they just simply copy and paste them for day. You understand? So now for put like it's a routine. But right now the time is here they support the Anglophone strike 100%. And some of them they say they get picking the way they did for inside the country and they want to make the picking enjoy better life. Them talk come. Do they have different blood? They don't get different blood. Even young Philemon said no say Anglophone point are true. Call the one ear go tell say no but more go on. This is a fact. Believe me, they support us 100%. And they know that Bia is soon dying. Bia cannot stay in power for more than 5 years. He has the same blood I have, the same blood. Excuse me, Bia is still in power for how long? He will die. But when a premier man die, but some people they praise him die. Okay, it's on the premier die major right of this, so the premier die mass here. All right, that was it. All right. How long will the ghost town last? It would last indefinitely, I think. I let the consortium answer that question. I'm not a consortium. For that one, I don't know. But I will support that the ghost town should last indefinitely, forever. So please, call your families back home. This is an important message. Why you also call to locate the focal points, call your family back homes, your families back home. That grammar, they say strong to untie them. To feed your family. I mean, may una send money for una family them. Una make sure say una call una families back home for give them money if they stay with diaspora. That money you take and go to hamburger or your girlfriend them. I beg. Just move even at $10. Send them for your mommy. Say, mommy, put the one for coffers. Me, I go send my own today. That my 10 girlfriend and this I go surely cock their allowance this month. So that I just move that money. I send them for my mommy. Say, mommy, I better take care for, you understand? Say, take care of yourself and the rest. Exactly. So any man send your own money back home. Make sure say me your parents that they buy chop this Saturday when they come tomorrow. They buy chop. When they don't buy chop plenty. They keep them. Once they keep the chop for the next 2 months, then we will not say we already prepare for the things now. Not be new thing. I beg. We already know say this food ban go day. We already keep sensitization up. All right. So I say make young people. Maybe President Pobia die, Perry White. May die rest. News. Pobia is dead. Good news. All right. Baby in doom. Okay, make it die. People they pray me die. Be blessed sometimes 20 more years. All right, King David. I don't really read the King David message. Pa boy bury you. I go fast, make Bia die. A big head. All right, no problem. This is propaganda. So once Bia die, we apologize. Say, oh, Pa, she no cry. Right, don't go so sorry. No problem. But for now, he calls us an extremist. An extremist, really? An extremist. Therefore, he means we are equal to Boko Haram. That is why he has sent all of those thousands of troops to come and police us, militarize our schools and the rest. Nobody goes to school when we have been heavily militarized. In fact, no school year. I support them 130%. Food for this is okay. I think I don't answer all the questions. Man, no talk plenty, but if all man just comment and comment, therefore it means at least the message already be clear. So we need a plan B. What's the meaning of plan B? Maybe you may want to explain, Prince Frank, because already we have plans. So there's nothing like a plan B. Plan B for what? The consortium is very powerful, very formidable. They have come out with a ghost town press release yesterday. Very formidable. We are very much united. The plan right now is to strengthen the rural communications. I already explained that for this video. Just scroll back to this video, you watch it, and then please implement what I have said, even at their own local level. I'm not representing the consortium. If it's it's not a must that you must follow me. No, it's not a must that you must respect what I say. No, if you feel that it makes sense, just do it. All right. Do you think we need snipers? No, these are not good ideas. Luis and Jome, he says, do you think we need snipers? I don't support violence. I don't support killings of life. If you want to use Marabout keepers, and I support them. If you want to use Marabout, if you go for Mexican Hasi, I beg send thunder for presidency, I go like them. But I mean, heart violence, I know they. If you want to use Wishman or Mexican man, where they disappear, so appear for your room, so just strangle your neck, I'll be happy. But when it comes to violence, none, I know they. Guns, no. All right. How about those arrested? Yeah, of course. There are so many things. Adele, is it Adele? Adele Chang. He says, how about those arrested? There are so many moving parts in this strike. There are so many moving parts. All of these parts must be solved. In fact, from the arrest to the compensation of landlords whose houses were destroyed in Bambui and Boya, to the compensation of girls who were raped, to the sacking of Nalova, to the demilitarization of all Anglophone regions in Cameroon, all of West Cameroon, complete demilitarization, everything, to the compensation of those who have lost their lives and their families, to the compensation of those who were injured by live bullets. So all of those, there are so many moving parts that must be completely solved through a referendum or a federalism. Full stop. So those in between those two, federalism or independence or whatever, there is freedom. So any of them where we land, if we land up, freedom. If we land below, is freedom. But getting a federalism does not stop us from still getting independence. That's a practical solution. All right. I hope France will not come in. France will come in how? We were the people to give in France to accept France. Gone are those days where you violate state sovereignty or whatever. If France comes in, we also go into France. Simple. France like who? We don't ever give France right for the Africa. France is it's a nonsense. I mean, 60% of our budget, we pay 60% of our income as colonial tax. 14 African countries till today, including Cameroon, still pay colonial tax. Who knows that? 14 African countries till today, we still pay colonial tax to France. 14 African countries, 60% of our budget, we still pay colonial tax to France. That will stop. Believe me, that will stop. The youth of today, you see the youth of today in Africa, France will suffer hugely in the next 20 years. Believe me. The things France has done to Africa, the youth are keeping it in their brains. The day they will rise as leaders, France will go down. France, that dubious country, will go down. The day youth will rise. And when we rise, we'll simply give the keys of the graves to all of the people like Paul Biya, Young Philemon, and the rest, so that their corpse should be expatriated, should be sent to France for public flogging. When they flog them, they bury them for inside ocean, because those kind of corpses cannot sleep in Cameroon, in the Cameroon soil, to contaminate our soil, to contaminate our crops. No. Because when man dies, so the coffin is rotten, it enter for the ground and the rest, it make manure. And if we chop that kind of manure for inside Cameroon, we will send those corpses back. Those corpses back to France, where they borrowed those money, where they were paying colonial taxes with our own hard-earned income. Terrible. Franklin Banzifon. It says, Ivo, I won't lie to you. It is worth mentioning that you are indeed an inspired human being. Well, thanks very much. I will not read all. All right. Dennis, unity within all groups, leaders, West Cameroon is key to succeed. Of course, we need unity. So preach unity among Anglophones. Youths must be ever united. This for small dictating and say, oh, you come out the village, you come out the one. When you want to follow gay, that's the same the gay come out the village. When the gay find you, they know whether the village you come out. Ever see guys say, you know, see, excuse I know whether the village. No, I don't know the village. But they still follow you. So forget about this small thing, say village. Those are just all kind of mentality, village. As she done the other day, my mommy asked me, say, you can't Cameroon can marry now when you can marry now when, so I don't see some girl for you. I say, mommy, leave that thing, say, get leave free generation. If I say one man picking, no take her. All right. No police would attack me and go free. No, don't use violence, Frank Ebony. No police will attack me and go free. How? What do you mean by no police will attack me and go free? Don't provoke. This so far, we cannot win the police on the streets. We win them on the social media because we quickly mobilize, we roll out our strategies, and we spread our soft information very powerfully to all communities, and people respect it. We are as good as that. All right. Bro, the points that our Southern Cameroonian brothers who are in government stand behind us, they should not be taken for granted. If they want to support us, they should resign from the public office. You know, resignation is not part of the Cameroon culture. It's not even part of African culture. We don't resign. Don't be deceived if you sit in the West and you see people resigning because they had a heartbreak, or because a new photo was circulating around, or because something. No, don't be deceived. In Africa, people don't resign. People are sent out by force. That is a fact. People don't resign. The fact that they don't resign does not mean that they don't support us. Understand the cultural context in which we are. In Africa, when did you ever hear that an African person resigns? When? Power is so sweet in Africa. In fact, it's so sweet because we don't resign, because we still have a life after. We will not have a life after when we resign. In the West, people resign and they are paid hugely for resigning. And after they resign, they even get other job the way they didn't do them. If you resign now for Cameroon, you do it. Tell me you do it. You shouldn't do it. They even just fire you, just cripple all your economy, and cripple your bank account, their family, the way who will forget baby family, and so that will do. You understand? But we have to put pressure so that they speak as one, because we have to topple the system. We have to change that system. The people are waiting to change the system. They're waiting for the breaker. Once we reach that breaker, believe me, they'll just simply cross carpet. In Africa, people cross carpet. They don't resign. We just cross from CPDM to SDF, from PAP to SCNC. From SCNC, we go back to this one. That's how we do it in Africa. But in the West, some man are Democrat, it die Democrat. Man are Republican, it die Republican. But they resign still and they're still under the party. But for Africa, we are good at crossing carpets, crossing from left to right. They topple this regime now, will change side, will start support this one. After the one, they will change side, will start support that one. That is Africa. You must understand the politics, the geopolitics of African history. All right. Please, Ivo, after the money trouble you had with the funny lady after your meeting at the UN, what is being done at the level so far with the UN in this concern? Well, so far we are building. I will not say so far. There are so many things that have happened after the meeting with the lady. Of course, we have to follow up. That was at the level of the Congress, but we have to follow up at the level of the UN right now, because I already completed my 21-page human rights report that has been reviewed, and I'll make it public in the next few days, so that we table this report. I can present it properly at the UN if I'm granted an audience to present it at the New York UN residence just close by. So if I'm granted an audience, I present it, but that's just one of the steps in many steps. So don't believe me, this strike action is a patient one. Don't think that solutions come tomorrow. Like people are already thinking that January 2 was a day for independence. Come on. We need to educate people very well, because many people are still ignorant about many things. Of course, many of us are still very ignorant. So we need time, patience, resilience, and prayers to win this strike. So don't think that independence is coming tomorrow. No, don't be so quick to point out failures. No, don't be so quick. Don't be so quick. The journey is still very long. We need patience, absolute patience. We will fail about 10 times before we arrive at that place. We will fail. Jesus cried before about 3 times. That way, if 4, he wake up. If 4 again, he wake up. Simon of Cyrene can't help Jesus to carry a cross. He wake up. Joseph of Arimathea, he can't carry him again. We will see people coming to help us. Just like Honorable Wiba came in to support us, like Simon of Cyrene. We will see another person coming up in the next few months, unexpectedly, to support us. We will see them coming to carry our cross till the day we reach that Calvary. All right, Ivo, I beg you, just reiterate that people should not assume that their families and friends are aware of what is going on. Sometimes people turn their data off. Exactly. That is why I've said, this is a brilliant suggestion from Doris Bidoche. This is why I've said that we must keep being the public relations officer of this strike action. Everybody is a public relations officer. Believe me, everybody. Whatever information you hear, spread it out to the public. Tell the people, tell your family, tell your community that this is what we're talking about, and this is what you should do. Okay. Brian Vivo says, how do we CNN report on this issue? CNN has already reported about the issue. I don't know if you've been following. Just Google CNN/Cameroon. You'll see it. Or even on my page that has been banned for 7 days, you'll see it. I published that already. Biya gets to Europe in February. Let those in Europe give him a hard time there. Of course, we'll be waiting for him at the airport. I support that. That's a brilliant comment, Gomsa. So I think so far we have discussed, we've talked much on this day. Tomorrow, I'll give everyone the opportunity to come on live, because on this TV, you can call it Revolution TV or Tapang TV or Ambazonia TV or West Cameroon TV or anything. which is an improvisation of simply my phone. This just the phone that I use, just simply my phone and the split screen or whatever. So I'll try to upgrade my technology as time goes on so that we can have a harmonized voice. People can freely express themselves. I don't want to be the one talking. It doesn't make sense. I want to hear people also talking, and we're exchanging words. That way we feel inclusive. We feel it's kind of an inclusive participatory politics. That is what I want. Everybody should feel part and parcel of the struggle towards freedom. That is it. So tomorrow, I'll do it at 2 p.m. I'll do it at, I think I'll put the time up anyway. I'll put the time up tomorrow. So everybody, it will be on Skype. So simply call, you send me a Skype request, I add you, and then we'll call, we talk. It will be wonderful. It's a great, Ambazonia TV, somebody says. Yeah, you can call it Ambazonia TV. All right. Do you have any idea why your page was blocked this time around, Bronhido Santo? I don't really have an idea, but when I got up, signing in was even difficult. Facebook say I can't 7 days. We'll figure that out. So, Magnus, we want to express our pain life. Yeah, you have to express yourself because it's all about expressing yourself. You talk because CRTV will never give you that opportunity. Since this strike occurred or happened, CRTV has never given it a full coverage. The best they can do is to talk about it in touch. That's all. The journalists are as weak as ever. It's Anglophone journalists. They're as weak as ever. I mean, you're working in your own CRTV, you cannot report about it. Even on Cameroon calling, you cannot even dedicate a program to it. Will somebody arrest you? I give my credence to Bo Herbert, Temfa Kofege. Those were the Charlene Zichia. Those were the greatest journalists in the 1990s. Greatest. Bo Herbert, wherever you are, I give you my credence. Temfa Kofege, yes. Those were people who knew what democracy, those were the people who pushed for multi-partyism in Cameroon politics. The rebirth of multi-partyism politics. Okay, what's the topic of discussions tomorrow? I will try to figure out the topic of the discussion tomorrow. Give Bia citizen arrest. Anyway, Titi says I want to be on the talk on Skype. Yes, just simply call. I don't pre-select people on the call on Skype. So once you know that I'll be live, simply have your Skype address ready, or your connections are good. Then you dial. Once you dial, I will pick. You'll see me picking. You'll see me selecting. You've watched my previous videos. I've always been doing that. I select you and then I add you. So I don't discriminate. So if somebody tell me, say, oh, Ivo, you're not picking people from Bamenda, tell me that you're from Bamenda. Let me know. If you're in Bamenda or you're in Cameroon, send that. I'll give you a special opportunity to talk. So please let me know that you're from Bamenda so that I can add you. But those in the diaspora, I don't really care. So that is fine. All right, Ion Chris says, I think you should ask for help because we have many cybersecurity guys around who can help you secure your page. We need to, yeah, exactly. Wonderful comments, Ion Chris. I would advise that we create contact with the president of all the village meetings so that we can inform the meeting members of all the happenings. So that's a brilliant suggestion from Neldini Dinka. All right. What about the meeting with the UN? I've answered that question already. Okay, Vincent Ngwe says, please, the Skype was different last time. Please, the Skype was different last time. Maybe you want to explain, Vincent Ngwe. You may want to explain why. That was a very brief comment. All right. So far, I think we've spoken a lot. Okay, Vincent Ngwe says the Skype was different last time because I waited until I tire. All right, sorry. Next time I will include other people. I will not take the same people who have always been calling. I'll try as much as possible to bring in new people. That's a great suggestion there. Master them, don't surely block this one to Bad Bele. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I think so far the message has been clear and it was good interacting with you once more. We'll keep the resilience. We'll keep the patience. Be very patient. Victory is not attained tomorrow. No. Don't be quick to say, oh, yes, January 2 was supposed to be Independence Day. No. You will fight this fight for a long time before we win. You need patience. You need resilience. It started only 4 months ago. Only 4 months ago. But the regime so far is cracking. They are caving in. Hugely, they are caving in. They are confused. And we have to send disturbing signals. Every time we have the strategies. We have to put out those strategies. It should be binding. The consortium is doing a formidable job. Nobody should ever rubbish the consortium now. Those guys, do you know the meaning of a lawyer resisting bribe? No salary for the past 5 months. I mean, lawyers who have families. For the past 5 months, they have denied taking bribes. They have stood their grounds. Do you know the meaning of a teacher to do the same thing? So please, give them that credit. Give them that credit. People that are sitting in the diaspora, they have their jobs. The consortium down there, they don't have jobs. They don't even have money. This is the irony of it. Don't feel that you would sit in the diaspora and set up groups or whatever to topple the consortium. No. Those people back home, they are suffering. And they have to take care of their medical bills. They have to pay their rents. They have to do this. They have to do that. They have to do that. For the past 5 months, they have not had a salary. That is even more than a prison term. That is even more than a prison term. Believe me. And probably they have children who are supposed to go to the hospital. So let us give credit where it's due. Those people, the consortium, you must respect. I'm not even begging you. You must respect Dr. Abobala. You must respect every member of that consortium. And you must respect the consortium. So if you want to create splinter groups out of the country, join the consortium. Tell the consortium that this is what you want to do. You propose a solution and you join them as a representative. They should not handpick politicians like Ayapol and the rest. No. If Ayapol wants to join, if Frunzi wants to join, if Ekoso wants to join, if Tapang wants to join, form a group, elect a representative to sit in that consortium. Of course, Agbombala is willing and open, a level-headed guy. He is willing and very washe Ambazonia. He's willing and open to accept that. So please, let us respect people who are sitting back home, sacrificing everything just to make sure that we achieve this. Nobody ever expected that this would happen. So give them that credit. So I think we've spoken much. Thank you very much once more for watching. We'll keep talking. Please also accept my weaknesses. I'm not a perfect person. Accept my weaknesses. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So accept my weaknesses and we move on in unity. Accept your own weaknesses. Accept mine. We move on in unity. May God bless everyone and take care of everyone and whoever you are. May God keep us this through our struggle and continue to bless us to win and give us the knowledge, the strategies, and the power and the energy to continue advocating for peaceful ways of changing a political system, advocating for democracy, because democracy is a good thing. They have good values, unlike a dictatorship that clearly alienates people in the society. A democracy includes everybody. We should look for ways that are favorable in the eyes of God. Because, of course, love your neighbors as you love yourself. Mr. Bia does not love you. He doesn't even love himself. Because if he loves himself, he will love you. He doesn't love you. So please, we should have to keep that and in prayers. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time talking. Have a
When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression.